Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Luzzi from Uganda. I am a politician and a seasoned farmer, a commercial farmer, a businessman, a miner of gold, and many other minerals around Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to send this message to the European Union, the America, and the entire world, having heard of the discussion about the image of Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to tell you what is true on ground, that Uganda has a lot of advantages that is not even known to their own youthful population, that are fond of reporting and always showing the untrue image of Uganda to the outer world. I would love to tell you that Ugandans are so lazy. They don't, first of all, follow the law, yet they love following the law of Europe among other continents. Ugandans don't love paying taxes to their own countries. 99% of Ugandans cheat, evade, and avoid tax, forgetting that it is tax that develop their own countries. No wonder they come to Europe and want to take advantage of the good taxpayers in those countries and take advantage of the good healthcare systems, the good road networks, the security, among others. The youthful population of today that are involved in politics and come always chanting and singing slogans to you for torture, among others, abuse of office, among others, I can assure you that, honestly speaking, they even don't know the history of this country, where it has come from, where it is, and its vision of 2040. Ladies and gentlemen, especially the European Union, we would love also to tell the entire world that these youth of today that come running have forgotten that Europe itself is built on blood, respect, and even resolve from their own people. They have fought wars to have peace which they have. They have forgotten the rich European history that has made peace that is prevailing to its citizens of today. They have forgotten the suffering Europe went through to build those beautiful networks and systems. Africans, Ugandans in particular in this matter, they choose leaders based on love, tribalism, religion, among others, and leave able-bodied leaders that could unite people and develop their own countries. Africans don't value, or Ugandans don't value knowledge or knowledgeable people. They instead take what they consider fame as leadership, and in the end they get disappointed. Africans are lazy. Africans are not honest. They don't keep and respect contracts. They don't respect time. They don't keep time. And in the end, they cannot compete with the outer world's human resource. I would love also to make it very clear that it indeed not true that this country, Uganda, is bleeding. There are a lot of people taking advantage of this country, and they are benefiting. Not everybody is poor. It is only the lazy and the few that don't like to take advantage of this country. No wonder there are so many foreign investment and businesses owned by foreigners, especially Indians or Asians and even Europeans, among others. They have involved themselves in commercial agriculture, contrary to the fellow citizens and local people that don't like taking up these responsibilities and business avenues. They are involved in sand mining, quarry, among others, contrary to fellow Africans or Ugandans. The gold mining and other sectors are involved in only by foreigners. Ugandans are keeping on sleeping and they expect handouts. Ladies and gentlemen, especially the European Union, among others, we would like to tell you that Ugandans abroad should understand the true values of Uganda, discover their own countries or their own country, know the attractions that are bringing constantly the tourists. Can you imagine? Ugandans know more about Europe than knowing their own country. They support European clubs like the Premier League, La Liga, among others, than they support their own countries here and football clubs. They know even in details the substitutes, even the doctors, and even the second lineups of all those clubs and by names. Instead, they don't know their own countries over here. They don't love even participating in development of the infrastructure like stadiums and their clubs locally here, and they all go by baiting, among others, for quick money and handouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Ugandans love politicians, but they don't need such leaders. They base on love, not even competence. We have left a lot of good leaders simply because the youthful population follow emotions than reality. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like also to appeal to the European Union and Parliament and the rest of the world to not consider what is depicted as Uganda's image abroad, and calling upon all the diaspora to spread good image, love, reconciliation, cohesion, and working together to develop Africa. We call upon Ugandans in particular to come and invest in commercial farming, come and involve in the immense mining of different mineral resources, value addition as agitated by the president of this country and all leaders. We call upon leaders today to desist from corruption as it erodes away all the norms of working, whereby citizens believe that corruption is the way to go for quick money. Ugandans in particular, and fellow Africans, should understand that we need to develop systems for sustainable business and even economy, not depend on scams, frauds, and even cheating. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time we call upon Ugandans to wake up, shun away from showing the bad image of this country and their leaders, but you should come along, sit down with design on how to forgive each other and make what is wrong right. Fellow governments, countrymen in Uganda in particular, and the rest of Africans, this is the time we call upon our children so that we train them via schools and institutions to embrace skills. One should be employed or even exhibit at least what we call entrepreneurial skills on the ground. We should call upon all embassies to bring back Africans that are failing and trading in jails abroad. We should introduce what we call a prisoner exchange with immediate effect. Anyone, any African, especially black Africans, that have gone abroad and end up in jails, it is simply because they have broken the law in pursuit of good pastures and in pursuit of what is wrong instead of right. We should make our countries palatable. We should make it habitable, accommodative to every citizen and natives. May we forgive those that have made wrong. May we make the prison exchange a continental resolve or resolution that let's bring all our children home, teach them, show them love, and then utilize the opportunities on ground to avoid foreign human resource export, whether voluntary or forced. Leaving them to trail, suffer in those jails, will not only leave a bad mark to our countries, but also our race. Can we do the right thing? It starts with me, it starts with you. Fellow Africans, especially Uganda, showing that Uganda is bad does not only do you bad as well, but also lowers your esteem, your country. You exhibit and even promote other countries, thereby crowding and crippling your own people and even sustainable possible development in your own countries. You are lowering the level of tourists visiting your own countries. We should desist, censor what is aired on social media and even main media streams to avoid creating fear and a bad image about our own countries, about our own leaders. And such a law shall be considered blasphemy, especially talking about your own leaders in a manner that can at least lower the personality of those leaders. It is high time the new generation of today wakes up and takes responsibility of their own actions. Leaders should learn how to resign. Leaders should learn how to listen and even give opportunity to the new generation and new ideas. It is ample space right now to call upon every citizen in Africa to involve in education that is productive to their own countries than making students grow up and end up without any skills. Ladies and gentlemen, as I wind up, the change of mindset of our own black nations begins with me, begins with you. We should stop the idea, the narrative, the fake ideology of the blame game of the whites. the colonialists, the so-called imperialists. We should unite, take responsibility of our own countries. It starts now. It starts with me. It starts with you. Fellow Africans, you have failed our own people. Fellow leaders, you have lied about us of independence, and even you ended up taking it as a personal benefit. You know it, even yourselves. Can we do the right thing now? It starts with me. It starts with you. I remain Abraham Luzzi from Uganda, from Africa. For God and my country, God bless you all. Don't forget, Salah is tall.